After two men died from a gas leak inside a Fort Myers Beach home, ABC7 is getting you more about how tragedies like this can be prevented. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Megan Miller.
And I'm Elise Chingari. One of the men's wives actually called a neighbor next door to check in on the pair after she hadn't heard from her husband all day. Yesterday is the first time that we heard from those 911 calls where the neighbor went to that home, but then he rushed back out of that house because he smelled that strong smell of gas.
ABC7's Kennedy Mason has been on top of this story since the weekend. Tonight, she is talking to a pool contractor about what went wrong, killing two men.
A disconnected pool heater exhaust could have been what caused two men to die on Fort Myers Beach. I spoke to a developer and a pool contractor today who says these deaths could have been prevented. New photos from the sheriff's office shared today show the exhaust hose disconnected from the wall. This is the pump room inside the house. A neighbor on Palermo Circle found Mike DeWitt, the homeowner, dead Saturday night on the third floor in the shower, and his friend Jake Fowler was found on the first floor in bed. Fernando Carvalho, a pool contractor with Pool Network, says it's important that the gas exhaust is outside.
This heater over here, this is a gas, either natural gas or propane, and it does have an exhaust, and it is very important that this exhaust comes out into a ventilated area, far away from any buildings or any structure, especially if there's people inside.
If it is inside, Scott Allen, president of Allen Development Group, says it needs an air exchange system.
It exchanges bad air for good air, so it's the detectors are like carbon monoxide detectors like you have in your home.
That's why Allen says he always tries to recommend electric instead of gas.
I've always tried to convince our owners to just stick with the typical electrical. In certain circumstances, if they have a new pool heater and they need a lot of power to, pump that pool, sometimes with these older homes, they don't have the power sources in their breaker box, so maybe the alternative is gas. But for all new homes, I would certainly go with an electrical system for sure.
Joseph Orlandini with Orlandini Development worked on the house. He said original plans show the pool heater was supposed to be outside.
We see it all the time. Homeowners just don't like the location outside. You're dealing with very small properties on the beach with large houses that almost entirely, fill up a lot of the area. So whether a homeowner wants it for his garbage can pads or something else, the pool equipment is always in the way.
But Allen says those plans never got updated, which is where things may have went wrong. Lee County property appraiser shows the pool was installed in 2023. The town of Fort Myers Beach's website shows no permit for a pool.
A permit is going to be very important because it's going to be inspected before it actually gets fired up, before it actually gets started. Permitting, whether you're getting a new heater or whether you're replacing a heater, just make sure your contractor's pulling the proper permits and that he's checking with the proper authorities for this kind of work.